computer. News about inflation.
Inflation in America, the story no one wants to hear or tell. The American Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, reported in November that the nation's rate of inflation, specifically the Consumer Price Index, CPI, had touched an alarming 6.2%. This is the highest figure reported since 1990. For a nation which prides itself on usually keeping inflation rates around the 2% mark, this increase in CPI was both anomalous and worrying. The rise in prices is a result of high demand, on the back of an earlier-than-expected economic recovery in America, shortages caused by still disrupted supply chains, and compounded by the injection of financial stimuli. Before we head to the next news, would you like to read on more about the cause of inflation?
Yes.
The current inflation run is similar to other episodes in history, but with important differences. Inflation is not something new for the U.S., as the nation has weathered 7 such episodes of lasting price surges, including the current run, since World War II. The most common comparison to these days is the stagflation, low growth, high prices, environment. Before we head to the next news, do we continue reading on the inflation problem?
No.
Will you be interested in learning more about what does current inflation tell us about the future?
Yes, please.
Prices for food and gas are rising sharply. Is healthcare next? Inflation is on the rise, driving up the price of gas and food. One sector of the U.S. economy is behaving particularly strangely. For once, medical prices have been increasing at significantly lower rate than prices in the overall economy. In October 2021, according to the nonprofit healthcare analysis group Altarum. While we move to the next news, are you interested in finding out more about others' opinion about how to help ease inflation?
Yes.
Rolling back U.S.-China tariffs would ease inflation in the U.S., former Treasury Secretary says. Eliminating tariffs imposed on goods during the worst of the trade war would help ease inflation in the U.S., former Treasury Secretary Jacob Lew told CNBC on Tuesday. American businesses are bearing most of the cost burden from the elevated tariffs imposed at the height of the U.S.-China trade war, according to a report from Moody's Investors Service earlier this year. The U.S. Just out of curiosity, do you want more news related to fixing the inflation?
No.
How about we try to understand what U.S.-China tariff is about?
No.
All good. Let me know if you need me.